Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? My name is Ramsey Poston, and I'm here today on behalf of Swan Racing, which recently announced a partnership with SMS Audio for an exclusive agreement to be an associate sponsor on the team's number 26 Speed Stick Gear Toyota and the number 30 Lending Tree Toyota. The partnership is set for the next 2 seasons. SMS Audio is an American consumer electronics manufacturer of headphones and audio products, founded by entertainer and entrepreneur Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And we are glad to be joined here today by 50 Cent, who is a successful musical artist, entrepreneur, investor, and actor who serves as CEO of SMS Audio, which he founded in 2011. Joining 50 is Cole Whitt, driver of the number 26 Speed Stick Gear Toyota, and Parker Kligerman will be here. Eventually, he's completing a couple laps in practice and will join us in progress. 50, welcome back to Daytona, and I'll just start off and ask you, we know that you love Cole and Parker and you love Swan Racing, but I heard that you're actually here to do a redo of the kiss with Aaron Andrews.
Yeah, I was looking forward to kissing somebody. I'm going to kiss Cole. Better win, boy.
Only in the winner circle.
If you win.
Only in the winner circle.
All right,
Yeah.
more seriously, talk a little bit about your experience with NASCAR and why it's important to a young brand like SMS Audio to be in the sport.
Well, I experienced NASCAR before I knew exactly what I was experiencing. The toys that I was given as a kid already had an attachment to racing. The cars and vehicles that they gave me had those numbers on the side of it. And I've always got a chance to watch on television at different points to see it. But when I experienced my last trip, well, my first visit here last year, it's an entirely different experience. I think the people who enjoy it at home need to try and get out and see the actual race at some point, because it's a whole different energy and feeling connected to hearing the cars go by and feeling the actual cars go by at the actual race. So, you know, it was exciting to be able to create a collaboration between Swan Racing and SMS Audio, and it makes perfect sense also on the business end, considering NASCAR has 70 million loyal fans connected to it. And I mean, it's a great cross for me. A lot of the actual people that I've took photographs with since I've been here today, I've got a consistent of my kids are gonna fall out when they see this photograph. Like, this is gonna be great, you know. So I felt like I'm in the right place.
And talk a little bit about the headphones themselves. This isn't something you just slapped your name on, but you've been intimately involved in the quality of these headphones.
Right, SMS Audio, for me, it stands for Studio Master Sound. It's the process creatively the artists go through where you actually create the concept and idea for an actual music, but you end up in a recording studio mixing and mastering it until you feel like it sounds perfect before you present it to the general public. And in process, being able to acquire Kono Audio and having Brian Noe as a great leader for Kono, I've been able to develop the team that has been able to make the vision of SMS come together, and I'm really proud of the results of it. I've had products that we released beat out, you know, major companies in Consumer Reports, so it feels great to be here as representation of SMS Audio. They brought my vision to life.
And one more question. SMS Audio is very active in its charitable giving. Talk a little bit about your program there.
Right. Originally, I started an energy drink company, SK Energy, and I partnered with the United Nations World Food Program to provide a meal with every energy drink sold. And to keep consistent with that concept and idea, I partnered with Feeding America with SMS Audio. So we provide 1 million meals per year through the actual sales of the actual headsets. You know, we provide to Feeding America is the largest domestic charitable organization against hunger. So we chose that as the right organization. I realized how important it was that the organizations that I associated myself with were respectable organizations like United Nations World Food Program and Feeding America, for my audience to be secure that it's actually going to reach the destination. Because a lot of times we see images of kids with flies stuck to their face and people saying that they're actually dying of hunger. And I think we've been desensitized over time because we've seen those commercials and those images so often that people don't actually, make the donation or actually try and do anything to prevent that.
And Cole, if you can, talk about how the Swan Racing brand and the SMS audio brands can work together to reach new fans.
It's obvious that they'll reach new fans. Not only because SMS audio is something that's big in its own industry, but the attachments to people like 50 Cent and the people that are credible to the company. And the same thing with Swan Racing, our team building and growing. SMS Audio is a new team or a new company growing also. So it would just fit really well with the two companies pairing up is what's pretty cool. And that means more to anything, to when you do a sponsorship, to me as a driver. I like to have something that has some meaning to it, not just a sponsorship, not just a sticker. So when you got stuff like that, a company trying to grow, we're trying to grow as a race team. That's the kind of stuff that gets us fired up and wants us to represent, what we have on our race cars and what we do. And SMS audio is another thing with the headphones is, I love racing just as much as music to me is, it's inspirational. So, we use it all the time before races. I listen to music all the time and, it changes my mood. So, that's just something that we use, and it connects to our sport. So, I think we're definitely going to bring in new fans. I mean, look at this press room right here, just the people coming in. The people outside the track, it's practice day. There's no one out there hardly to really see much going on. But, as soon as he comes in the garage, people are all over the place. So, that it's great for our sport. It's great for what we're trying to do, and it's great for our two companies growing. So that connections means a lot to us, and I look forward to seeing what we can build over time.
Thank you. And now we will open it up to questions from the media. Again, as a courtesy, if you wouldn't mind stating your name and affiliation. Right here.
Dwight Durham, racetake.com. 50 Cent, could you kind of touched on this a little bit, but could you kind of talk about, you're kind of the driver in your band. Could you kind of talk about the correlation maybe or a comparison of a band and a team member and that you have that the drivers have also?
Well, I mean, the discipline involved in actual driving. I think people, because they drive like a car the average way, like normally the normal driver sees driving as if it's actually easy. Even if you've reached that top speed on the actual vehicle, you haven't stayed at that top speed. Like I just experienced a guy driving 135 miles an hour the entire time that we were in the car. And I've seen 125 on the dash, but for about 2 seconds, as my adrenaline started to pump, something told me, slow down, you don't know what you're doing, boy. And I just went back to, driving like I was supposed to, I think we all have that little thing in us, the wild side of us that within the actual vehicle and knowing the actual capabilities of it, that we push the limits from time to time. And I'm just excited about being connected to it because I'm a car guy myself. Now, I do have a fetish. I do buy these cars. I should not buy as many cars as I actually buy. And I'll say that openly, but I mean, we all have our imperfections. And I love cars. I love cars.
You actually had a hot lap today, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was telling him I was running around 135 miles an hour. I didn't even know a Camry could do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, now it's not the car. It's who actually is driving it.
Holly.
Holly Kane, NASCAR.com. You were here last year for the Daytona 500, obviously. You've been to a lot of big events, a lot of interesting people. What do you tell people that really stood out about your experience here at the Daytona 500? Will you be at more races now that you have?
Yeah, I told them that the women in here are extremely hot. And I don't know if you know this, but it's like the coolest thing to do. Like outside of going to church, maybe, you can find good women at NASCAR.
Tom Jensen, and then we'll come back over here.
I'm sorry, I got it. Hi, 50. Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. You said you buy cars that you shouldn't. You have too many.
Yeah.
What do you got in your garage?
I got a Murcielago Lamborghini. I got a Ferrari 360 Spider. Some of the, I'm doing better because I'm not buying everything brand new. It actually comes out. Wait a little while. Because I experienced it the first time. I had to have it as soon as it came out, and I was like, my life moves me so often that I don't get a chance to move the cars a lot. So it ain't no high mileage, but they still depreciate. I go back, I said, look, I barely drove this car. You mean to tell me you're going to give me how much for it? That's the thing when you get the guy that look like you want to do something wrong. But then you learn not to, so you just sit there and you go, okay. But I a lot of the different vehicles, I had a Range Rover, got a, with 2 Suburbans. Like in New York City, you don't have to actually show them a lot. So it's better that you just, tuck away. In Hollywood, you need to show them the money. If they do not respect it, they don't see it. So I got like the Bentley Mulsanne and the Rolls Royce, the Ghost out in Los Angeles. Yeah.
We're here, then we got Chris, and then Engel, and then Marty.
Mr. Sant, okay, I'm sorry.
Mr. Cent. That was a new one. I usually get 50. What do we call you? 50 Curtis? Like what are you comfortable with? Mr. Cent. I'm gonna put that one on the list, man.
Okay. Mr. Sant, this is Henry Frederick. I'm with HeadlineSurfer.com, a new media outlet locally. You made world fame with In the Club. Eminem, the white rapper, became a sensational superstar. Do you envision someday maybe an African American driving in NASCAR? And
that would be interesting. But it would be someone, like when you point out M's nationality, I'll say this to you. He doesn't receive the credit he should receive in connection to the success of his material. See, he took color out of hip-hop culture. He makes it's about the music. He's someone who grown up within hip-hop culture, and passion is what separates us. He's so passionate about it that he does it better than, it is black music, but he does it better than black artists.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
ChrisKnight@catchfence.com. 50, can you talk about what made you form an affiliation with Swan Racing, and has there been any talk about maybe taking Cole into the music studio and maybe doing a video with him?
I said if I can take him into places where I'm running things, it puts me at an advantage. He wanted to take me around that hot run around the track and have me shaking and stuff. I was filming. When the camera goes down is when my nerves got a little different. When he got up against the wall and stuff like that. Because I know that we ain't in the race car that he always riding in, and I'm like, wait, you comfortable doing this in the camera? But nah, we didn't actually talk about going in to record, but he has a team traveling with him right now that's actually filming a documentary on him, so you'll get a chance to see some of the more intimate moments from us.
How did the partnership fuse together?
It's been a great partnership. It actually was Pang. What's the name of the organization that Pagan. Pegasus. They put us together. And they're gonna kill me for not remembering how to pronounce the name. But I know. I know. See, but they put us together, and we got the executives going back and forth together here in this actual collaboration. They're really comfortable communicating with each other, so it's been real comfortable. And they're not asking me to do things that I don't do a lot. So I'm comfortable with being here. It's not like it's a nasty environment. I enjoy myself. It's the whistle while you work concept, man.
All right, we got Greg, Marty, and Bob coming.
Greg Engel, Examiner.com. Actually, this is for Cole. You've obviously, sponsorship is important to allow you to do what you do, and you've had a lot of sponsors even at the, as you're coming up through. Talk about being sponsored, and having a sponsorship partnership with, somebody who's very important in your generation and entertainment in general. Somebody you probably listen to on the radio, and all of a sudden here he is sitting beside you and helping out with your dream.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, sponsorship is important to what we do, and that's kind of racing's a little bit different of a sport for that reason. Without the sponsorship, without the advertisement, our sport wouldn't be where it's at. But that all gets driven by fans. Without the fans, our sponsors would not want to be in this sport to advertise to these people. And when we have a sport that's big enough for someone like him, like Fitty, to take knowledge of what we have here and how much we have to showcase, says a lot about our sport. And I'm very passionate about this sport. I grew up, all I wanted to do was do this, and I'm here on the stage now, and it's a dream come true. Meeting people like him is pretty cool. It's just a bonus on top of it. But at the end of the day, I'm here for my sport and whatever's best for it. And like you said, attracting these kind of sponsors, SMS Audio, Speed Stick gear on our car this week, that's the kind of stuff that can make this industry go to the next level. The rookie class this year, me and Parker, 2 young rookies with a team that maybe people didn't think we could, and now we are here and making it happen, is it's pretty impressive. So
ladies and gentlemen, Parker.
always knows how to make a grand entrance.
Of course.
We'll cut to Parker.
Hopefully these guys kept you entertained. I noticed one in the middle is pretty funny.
Look at it. He's sweating.
Did he tell you about our ride along yet?
Yeah, I told him.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm shook up a little bit.
A little bit. He's shaking. Just a tiny bit.
Actually, while you're jumping in, we'll just get you on the record here real quick. You are a well-known, legit hip-hop fan, a big 50 fan. Talk a little bit about what 50 songs you listen to pre-race.
There's one I'm gonna give you a shout out from high school. How to Rob. I know that one.
That was like the first song.
The one, bud. That's the one that you called out all the other rappers, and Kendrick Lamar actually recently did something like that, and they harkened it back to How to Rob. So that was the one that in high school a lot of my friends talked about all the time. We listened to, but right now I'd say for a pump up song, I know you've heard this one a lot, but Many Men. Many Men are after you.
Chant?
Yeah, for sure.
That's when you said, I'm not settling for 5th place.
Exactly. That was that for me, the truck race last night? Is that what you're saying?
All right, we got Marty and then Bob.
Marty Smith, ESPN. 50. I'll call you 50, not Mr. Cent. In all seriousness, what's the end game for you with this partnership? What do you hope to achieve, and how much does winning matter? Because it's damn hard to win out here.
I mean, it is, and you got young talent. There's obviously eager. They're not out here to play around. It's not okay to just accept, like I said, 5th place. He's going to go for it. I mean, and for me, I've already won being here. Do you see anyone from my genre of music or from that actual space? It creates a separation. It allows me to have the 70 million loyal fans that watch NASCAR just stop for a moment and take note of SMS Audio and 50 Cent so they can recognize my vision.
We get free headphones.
Yeah.
What you like?
Bob.
Bob Pockris with the Sporting News. 50, can you take us back a year ago, and what were you thinking with the whole Aaron Andrews thing? And
I wanted to kiss her, man. Yeah, you want to know? You really want to know? No, I think she handled it amazingly too. It was one of those awkward, it's just an awkward moment. That's what
I know it was awkward to watch. I mean, do you watch the video at all? And were you surprised it went viral?
No. See, that's probably what you do. You probably recap and go look at the video. See, I don't actually go back to see the awkward moment that I had at the track. You know what I mean? You probably watched that this morning and say, yeah, I'm going to see this guy today. Look at this idiot.
We've got just 2 more. We got to clear up. We're going to go to Gelston.
You can kiss me if we're in victory lane.
If you win.
Yeah, exactly.
Parker, was that you? Did Parker drive him around the track?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was it like having him in the car? How do you handle the speed? How do you handle going against the wall?
Well, first, I'd say the only awkward moment we had was asking him to put his seatbelt on, maybe.
Put the seatbelt. So,
we had to be safe. Safety first. You know, I know you've been through some rough times, but I didn't want your life in my hands. So it was exciting, man. We had a lot of fun. I think for our Camry, we did about 135, around there, 130. And we got all we could out of that Camry. It's not as fast as my race one, but we got up next to the wall. We did some runs on pit road, which I think really got you is when we ran on pit road about
when you run back off the track and stop that fast.
130 to about 45 and 60 feet or so, 100 feet.
Yeah,
so
you can feel that.
For sure. We showed him on the bottom, you get the banking feel. I think he really felt that, so that was cool. And, it just gives you a small example of what we do. I think every person I take in one of those, I try to scare them as best as possible and then say, take that and times it by 20, and that's what you got in a real race car. So it gives at least a small light of what we do.
And can you rap some fitty?
Oh, no, don't even. Oh, you do it. Yeah, not me.
No, we're not performing.
I want to hear Parker. I want to hear Parker rap.
No. See, I have a saying I've lived my whole life, and it's I'm the biggest music fan in the world, but I cannot dance and I cannot sing.
Right, but that's like coming to the track and they say, I want to see 50 drive.
Yeah, exactly. It would.
Like, huh?
No. That's like you driving my car and I going on stage for you. That just doesn't work out. No one would be there for that. So
you probably do better than I would.
No,
you probably rap better than I would actually get around the track. Huh? Can you give us a line? A line?
Jeez, tough crowd.
A line. You got it. Did I do it like a rapper?
All right,
I practiced that one for a long
We're going to conclude, but I do want to say, in music-wise, you got something coming out. You want to tell us about that?
Yes, music-wise, I'm going to release Animal Ambition, and I'm excited about it. The project is about prosperity. It's all the effects of it, even, people developing a sense of entitlement on some levels, the envy and jealousy. There's of course, the positive portion of it also, and just wanting to continue success. So it matches where I'm actually at this point. And now I think that, I have control of my actual project now, officially. So I don't have to answer to anyone. I no longer have to wait for Interscope Records to clear anything because I independently own everything that I'm releasing.